today I will adjudicate you guilty of each of those 2 counts. And on count 1, the murder in the first degree, this court has no choice but to sentence you as required under the law to a mandatory term of life in prison without parole.
What if I told you the Lil Bibby murder case just took a turn so wild? It makes every crime documentary you've ever seen look like a kid's bedtime story. Because now, rumors are flying that Ksoo's own brother might have dropped the bombshell that could seal his fate. For good. Yeah, you heard that right. The same family that stood by him could be the reason he faces a double life sentence. But what really happened behind those courtroom doors? Was it betrayal, strategy, or straight-up survival? Grab your popcorn, this story's about to explode. Alright, let's rewind this chaos before it completely spins out of control. Because what started as just another gang-related headline has now turned into a full-blown family betrayal saga straight out of a Netflix crime thriller. We're talking about Hakeem Robinson, better known as Ksoo, the Jacksonville rapper whose name has been attached to not one, but 2 murder cases, Lil Buck and Lil Bibby, and now the internet is losing its collective mind because apparently the next big witness
is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick.
My son
might be his own brother. Let's set the stage. Jacksonville, Florida, a city that's seen more street drama than most TV shows could ever handle. The TK versus K-A rivalry has been an ongoing blood feud since 2018. Diss tracks, Instagram lives, revenge hits. This isn't music beef anymore. It's real-life warfare disguised as entertainment. Lil Bibby's murder was already a headline grabber, but the case just went nuclear when whispers started, spreading that Ksoo's brother had revealed key details from the night of the shooting, and here's where it gets messy, because Ksoo isn't some anonymous figure in this war. He's the face of a movement. The same guy who was already serving life for Lil Buck's murder, now possibly staring down another life sentence if these new details stick. The twist? His father, Abdul Robinson Sr., already flipped earlier, testifying in court that the shooter in the surveillance video looked exactly like his own son. Yeah, imagine your dad doing that. The courtroom went silent. The internet went insane, but hold on, if the father's betrayal wasn't shocking enough, now the brother's alleged statement could officially bury Ksoo's case. Sources, and by sources, we mean the kind that somehow always know too much, claim that Ksoo's brother privately confirmed the timeline of the shooting. Matching details prosecutors have been struggling to prove for years. Suddenly, what was once circumstantial doesn't sound so weak anymore, and you know how social media gets. Half the internet is screaming, "He's innocent," while the other half is posting memes saying he finally got what was coming. You've got TikToks dissecting blurry courtroom footage, YouTubers claiming they've decoded Ksoo's lyrics for hidden confessions, and Reddit detectives building flowcharts like it's an FBI operation.
came up with a plan of getting closer to his car so when he get in the car, he could jump out of the passenger seat and shoot him as soon as he got in his vehicle. I could pull off.
Meanwhile, Ksoo sits behind bars, reportedly furious, calling the whole thing a setup. His supporters claim the system's using his family to break him. His critics say karma's just doing its job. Either way, the tension's building, because if the brother's testimony is real, we're looking at the moment that could define the rest of his life. And as this family drama turns darker by the minute, one question keeps echoing online. How far will loyalty go when survival's on the line? Because what comes next might just rewrite everything. We thought we knew about the Lil Bibby case, and just when everyone thought things couldn't possibly get darker, oh, it did. Because the deeper you dig into this case, the stranger it gets. Leaked reports, anonymous insiders, and what people are calling the most twisted courtroom twist in Florida history, all of it points toward a tangled web of betrayal, fame, and desperation. Now, here's where the so-called leak comes in. Allegedly, and we're saying allegedly because, you know, YouTube lawyers are real now. An internal report was accidentally shared online showing a confidential interview with someone extremely close to Ksoo, that someone. believed to be his brother. According to the leak, he didn't just mention what happened. He painted the entire scene. The timing of the shooting, the car used, even who was holding the camera when the footage that went viral was recorded, and the internet ate it up like a buffet. Screenshots flooded Twitter. Threads exploded on Reddit. TikTok investigators suddenly became courtroom experts overnight. Some people swear they've heard the audio. Others claim they have inside connections with the DA's office, which is code for I read it on Facebook. But it sounded believable. Then came the fake investigative reports, those over-edited YouTube videos with red arrows, dramatic music, and titles like exposed the real reason Ksoo's brother talked. They claimed there were secret deals being made behind closed doors, plea bargains whispered through prison glass. And one theory even said the family was being pressured by law enforcement under the threat of more arrests. It's the kind of thing that makes conspiracy theorists skip dinner, because they're too busy typing but not all of it sounds impossible. Think about it. Ksoo's father already testified. His brother allegedly confirmed details. The prosecution suddenly seems confident again. It's like watching dominoes fall in slow motion. Every piece that drops makes the next one harder to stop. And while all this plays out, Ksoo's old videos are being dissected like ancient scrolls. Look, he blinked twice in this music video. That means he's guilty. Nah, bro, that's just editing. People are treating YouTube comments like legal evidence. That's how wild it's gotten.
Happened after Hakeem jumped out of the Nissan.
Shot at him.
Shot at who?
Corn.
Meanwhile, behind the scenes, anonymous sources, which basically means people who can type an email, are claiming that Ksoo's camp is trying to shut down leaks by any means necessary. One supposed insider said, he feels betrayed and he's done protecting anyone. Which, if true, means the fire's just starting, and let's not forget, this isn't just about one case anymore. Prosecutors are connecting dots between the Lil Bibby and Lil Buck murders, arguing that both were this video of the same revenge chain under the ATK versus KTA feud. That's years of beef, blood, and betrayal, all converging into one legal disaster. But as this fake investigation keeps unraveling, everyone's asking the same question. Is this a story about justice, or about who can sell the best version of it online? Because now the fallout begins, and then the fallout hit like a bomb. Courtrooms flooded with reporters, hashtags exploded across every platform, and fans who once screamed Ksoo's lyrics were now arguing in comment sections like unpaid attorneys. The story wasn't just a headline anymore, it was a full-blown cultural moment. Because what started as a street feud had now turned into the ultimate cautionary tale about loyalty, fame, and the brutal price of street credibility. Let's start with the legal chaos. Prosecutors, emboldened by the alleged family testimony, wasted no time. Word spread that they're now pushing for a double life sentence, one for Lil Buck, one for Lil Bibby. Sources close to the case say the new testimony fills every missing gap in the timeline. Others say it's all smoke and mirrors, a PR stunt designed to make the state look tough. Either way, the tension's off the charts, and it's not just legal pressure. Social media is doing its own trial, louder, faster, and far less forgiving. You've got TikTok creators dropping courtroom breakdowns like it's Netflix's Making a Murderer. Twitter users are picking sides with hashtags like hashtag FreeKSOO versus hashtag Justice for Bibby. Even celebrities are jumping in for clout. One rapper allegedly tweeted, "Ain't no loyalty in 2025, deleted in 5 minutes." But screenshotted by the entire planet. Then there's the so-called investigative chaos. Suddenly, anonymous documents start surfacing. One leak claims a secret plea deal is being negotiated behind closed doors. Another insists there's a hidden witness ready to flip next. The public doesn't know what's real anymore. Every fake document gets millions of views before fact-checkers even wake up. It's not journalism anymore. It's a circus dressed up as justice, and while everyone's pointing fingers, the Robinson family is reportedly breaking apart. The father who testified is under fire online, accused of betraying blood. The brother, rumored to have revealed key details, has supposedly gone silent. And Ksoo himself? Sources say he's furious, claiming he was set up from day one. His fans call it corruption. His critics call it karma. Meanwhile, the Jacksonville streets are buzzing again, whispers of retaliation, alliances shifting, and younger rappers vowing not to repeat Ksoo's mistake. It's like the feud's legacy refuses to die. It just mutates with every generation that picks up a mic, and as all this unfolds, the irony is almost cinematic. A man who rapped about street loyalty now watching that same loyalty crumble in real time. The same internet that made him famous is now dissecting his downfall, frame by frame, whether this so-called brother's revelation is real, fabricated, or twisted by a system hungry for another conviction. One thing's certain, this story isn't over. It's only evolving. Because in the world of clout, controversy, and courtroom cameras, truth isn't what's proven, it's what trends first. And if Ksoo really is staring down 2 life sentences, this might not just be the end of his career. It could be the end of an entire chapter in Jacksonville's bloody rap history. So, what do you believe? Was this justice finally catching up, or another example of the system playing its dirtiest game? Because let's be real. When family turns on family and loyalty turns into leverage, nobody walks away clean. The Lil Bibby case isn't just a story about a murder, it's about fame, betrayal, and how fast the internet can turn tragedy into entertainment. But here's the thing, this story isn't done. Not even close? The courtroom's still heating up, new evidence keeps surfacing every week, and you already know. The internet will twist it before the truth even lands. So tell me in the comments, is Ksoo a victim of manipulation or a mastermind finally exposed? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay locked in, because the next chapter in this insane saga might be the wildest one yet.